Did you enjoy your break? I hope you took it all in, because this is about to get ridiculously dumb. This part of the review is like an old Band-Aid that is stuck on there really good. You can either pull it off slowly and hope there's just a little bit of pain, or you can rip that mother right off as fast as you can and deal with the pain for a few minutes after the job is done. I'll spare you the slow agony and go with the latter. You'll thank me later. This is Transformers: The Headmasters, a video game based off the Japanese anime series of the same name. The United States got a 4th season of Transformers, with only 3 episodes in the entire run. It was supposed to be a 5-part series featuring the story of the Headmasters, but due to budget cuts, it was pared down to 3, squeezing in 46 new characters to try and sell toys, making it some of the worst Transformers stories in canon. Japan flat out ignored the US and branched off with their own storyline. This game is the result of that new introduction. The music you're hearing is actually a pretty good rendition of the opening theme to the anime series. Anyway, let's press start and rip this Band-Aid right off. And wait. The Famicom is the Japan version of the NES, only it had an add-on disc system where you could play Nintendo discs, which was a great way to save your game at the time, but the downside being you would have to flip or change out the disc like any other old-school computer game. Aren't loading times grand? Here we go. Put your name in, and now we can select from 3, count them, 3 whole stages: Earth, Cybertron, or Jail. I wonder what happens in Transformers Jail. Don't drop the Energon. Let's start with Cybertron. You start off as the Autobot Headmaster Chrome Dome in vehicle mode. You don't get to transform in this game, which is really kind of idiotic for a game about Transformers. Sure, you get to play as a robot on the second half of each stage, but you never see or get to initiate the transformation. You'd think that the programmers or someone along the line in quality control would figure out what people want if they're going to be a Transformer is the ability to transform. Instead, they decided to give us a non-stop barrage of bullets and weird objects, like cassettes and onion rings, flying around while we hang on for dear life. Did we all really like cassette tapes that much in the 80s? Grab a pencil and start spooling those tapes. That might make for a better game anyway. So basically the point of this game is to rescue your Autobot friends. Oh look, there's a very stiff-looking Rodimus Prime's body being transferred somewhere by a magic helicopter flying without a propeller. Got him. Huh. For a giant robot weighing roughly 4 tons, he sure does float like a feather. Apparently he's fine too, as you can now switch Transformers to become him, though he pretty much plays the same as Chrome Dome. Boring, but you need all 5 Autobots to beat the game. Plus, when you switch characters, you get a full power meter for each robot. So that's a plus. Here's Galvatron in all his glory. He looks just like a cartoon, doesn't he? No? The toy? I like how he's not even using his arm cannon. He's just shooting bullets out of his crotch and his butt. Since you can only shoot straight ahead or at an angle, you have to pretty much keep to the left of the screen and spam him until he explodes. But the fun doesn't stop here. Now you get to explore the second part of the stage in robot mode. It's very tedious as you just fly around from room to room destroying enemies until one drops a weird looking Transformers logo, which opens the door to the next room. Eventually you'll make your way to a stage boss. All of a sudden your bullets turn into bouncy balls and you find yourself in a game of what angle can I shoot to make this other bot explode. The controls are so stiff and floaty it makes it difficult to dodge or aim at anything. Ugh. And if you die, get ready to throw a controller and say a few choice expletives, because you are starting over from square one in vehicle mode again. Eventually, you collect all 5 Autobots from Cybertron and Jail. The other 3 characters being Hardhead, Highbrow, and Brainstorm. Hardhead is a tank, and kinda sucks. What's with the lob shot? Highbrow and Brainstorm both fly, which is kind of refreshing for a few seconds, since it sort of changes the way the levels are played. It's easier to take down a boss like Trypticon, who by the way looks like he shrunk since Mystery of Comboy, straight on with a jet than with your angled shot as a car. So yeah, beat all the bosses, and you're on to the final stage called Last. Clever name, Takara. Way to use that creativity. I guess all of that creativity must have went into the cinema scene, where all 5 Autobots hop into Fortress Maximus, who's actually rendered as a character named Metroplex in Battle Station mode. Imagine that. Another mistake in this game. Once the scene ends, it's on to the final battle with Scorponok. Holy cow! Scorponok just transformed. The first on-screen transformation in a game about Transformers is on a stage called Last. It's like if you had a movie called Batman, where a guy named Bruce Wayne fights crime all day and night, until the very last scene, where you see a criminal dress up as a bat, and Bruce has to stop them from destroying the city. It doesn't make much sense. Does Fortress Maximus get to transform? Hell no! You get to jump around like a fool, taking 5 bullets at a time and die a lot. Here's a quick montage of many deaths trying to beat this flunkhead. Oh, it's amazing. I finally did it. Let's see what glorious ending they have cooked up for us. Chrome Dome away! Rodimus.com, boy! Hardhead. And of course, highbrow. And brainstorm, which never occurred once during the making of this game. Congratulations, you get one single solitary congratulation. Great effort on your part, Takara. Thanks for trying so hard to put out such a rewarding quality product. It makes you just want to play it over and over again. You know, I've dreamed of playing these games since I first heard about them as a child, and wondered why they couldn't make it overseas to the fans. Now years have passed, and not even nostalgia goggles can save these from being some of the worst games I've ever played in my life. Anyway, I guess the Band-Aid came off a lot slower than I expected. Plus, I kinda kept putting it back on and ripping it off again and again. Then again, some people like that kind of thing. If so, maybe these old Transformers games are for you. But not you, Michael Bay.